I wasn't actually gonna create a video today because I was just gonna save it for when I get back home, but I just had this thought. So I went out on a walk, came back to the hotel room, laid on my bed, and I was like, oh, maybe I should just create a video because I had this thought, and I was like, I might as well just do it whilst it's fresh in my mind, and I feel that true strong passion for it, and the thought was about change. And I think so many people, they look for signs in clues within their life and from the people in their life and the things that happen in their life to try and find what it is that they should do in life. But I think true change happens when you follow your heart. And I was thinking shit, that's so true. Why did that thought just come into my head? And then I think back to my journey and sort of throughout my life, especially the last 3 years. I talk so much on this channel about the last 3 years of my life because so much happened and I've grown so much, and there was just so many events in my life. And when I started this journey, I started out by sort of I just acted off the feelings that I was having, which were just I was, people say all the time, but I was meant for more. And I don't mean that as in some cringy Instagram guru way. I genuinely just had a feeling that I wanted to do something with my life that was more than just my 9 to 5, the gym. I wanted to chase something that meant a lot to me. So I'd done that, but throughout my journey, I was just following everybody else's word, the people that I'd meet. I would never do something, sorry, that came from my heart, because I felt a bit I don't know what to do. Where do I start? A lot of people, but I'm a big believer in that everybody knows what they want their life to look like and what they want to do with their life. It's just most people don't act on those dreams. They sort of just push it to the side, and they have that attitude of, oh, that would never happen. That would never happen to someone like me. That these are just, there's a group of people, and they just get chosen to go and chase their dreams. But that is totally not true. Anybody can achieve their dreams. It's just, sorry if you can hear the traffic. Anybody can go out and achieve their dreams. It's just if they're willing to put everything on the table and do the actions, but just believe. You'll never go after anything in your life if you don't believe. It's just, that self-doubt, it kills everybody's dreams. It kills their confidence and their hope. But you truly never know what's going to happen in your life. There's no way of being able to predict the future. Okay, another thought I had the other day, it was I was watching, a lot of my TikTok is full of motivational videos, a lot of it. And it was Kobe Bryant. He was talking on doubt, and then I, further, after watching that video, start thinking about it more. If somebody says oh, do you think this was gonna happen? They're are you gonna? Someone's oh, are you gonna pass that test? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do that? You don't have to say yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's just give a simple answer of just oh, let's see, let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens, because you're gonna find out eventually. But I think people don't give 100% to a lot of things because of that doubt of oh, well, there's no point in going all in because it may never happen. And this is something I learned when I was actually doing my side hustles. I was well, if I want this to happen, I've got to give 100%. Even if I don't feel 100%, I've just got to give 100% of what I've got right now. Even if that's only 60%, I give 100% of the 60% that I got. And that is when you start to like see change, is when you believe. And we're on a bit off track, but up until whenever I still think like when I first started this channel, I wasn't doing it fully like my way. Now I post a video, like I don't think about the algorithm too much, because if it's meant to happen, it will happen. Okay, that is as simple as that. People always say like, oh no, like you've got to create these videos, you have to create those videos, and I sort of started to fall into that. I was like, oh, all right, like let me say this and say that, and start the video by saying this and doing that, and then like I can get with life. I can get very, very simple. Like I can like simplify things down, which a lot of people will probably look and think, oh, this guy is just boring. Like he's just boring. But I don't think life is that complicated, and I don't think all these like content creation things are that complicated, or whatever. Or sorry, whatever, not whatever. I just think like if people give a fuck about you and what you've got to say, they're gonna watch. They're gonna watch. A small part of it is obviously entertainment and topics and stuff like that, but I don't think that is the main part of anything. I think people watch movies and, you know, content creators. With me, like with boxing, like I don't care who my favorite boxer is gonna fight or who my favorite football team is playing. I'll just watch it because I care about them, that person, that team. It's a similar content. Like if people care about what you got to say, they're gonna stay, and if they don't care, they're gonna leave, regardless of the video, the title, the thumbnail, the topic. They're gonna have a watch or not. Okay. And now I think I can say like I'm just following what's in my heart. I want to create these videos, so I create these videos. The days of just following what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is saying, they're behind me, because that broke a bit of me. Not intentionally, like I didn't realize it was happening, but I look back now and like everything I was doing was because somebody was telling me to do it. Somebody was telling me, oh, you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way. Or don't do that because that doesn't work. Don't post that video because it won't do well. You got to have good thumbnails. Do this, do that. And everything that I had in my heart was just pushed to the side. And I was just, I guess, just thinking like a robot. Like, oh yeah, someone said do that. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this face and do that face and put that title there. And ultimately, it wouldn't have done any better if I just followed it my way. But then again, I wouldn't be sat here right now creating this video if I didn't make the mistakes. But honestly, like, I think this is like the most important message that maybe I've ever posted, is just follow what's in your heart. Because if it's meant to be, it will be. Like, I think, I don't know if, I don't want to make it massively like religious or whatever, because I don't want people to feel like I'm forcing a certain message, you know, like down their throat or in their face, whatever. But I just think like, if it's meant to be, like, God will make it happen. And God will even, you know, like, put a thought in your mind, or allow you to create a certain video, or push it to a certain audience. That's what I believe. So that's why I don't panic, because I'm like, whatever's meant to happen, like, and whatever my life is meant to look like, God will guide me and God will put me in the right rooms, and God will allow me to do the right thing. So for me, it's like I never panic. When a video doesn't do well, I'm like, okay, like, like that's happened for a reason. God hasn't pushed that video for whatever reason. Maybe not everybody needs to hear that message. So I just leave it all up to God. But honestly, like, I think if you just follow your heart, you'll never go wrong. You won't miss a wink of sleep, because you can leave this world like knowing that you done what made you happy, regardless if anybody else thought it was the right thing. But I think there's also a lot of power, like the world and God, like they reward these people that don't necessarily fall for every trend and whatever's happening in the world. Just stay true to yourself, and yeah, life will work out in many ways. You just got to trust the process and trust yourself as well and your capabilities to make something happen, especially your dream life. But yeah, I'll catch you lot in the next one.